Operation Epic Fury.
It happened while you were sleeping. Last night, President Trump dropped something the mainstream media doesn't want you to see. We're going to show it to you. He posted raw, uncensored footage of an absolutely massive explosion lighting up the Iranian sky over Isfahan. Now, this wasn't some warning shot. This was the systematic destruction of Iran's underground missile city, their hidden fortress of terror, obliterated along with the IRGC personnel inside. And here's what they're not telling you. This strike is part of something much bigger. Over 11,000 targets hit in just 30 days. The Iranian Navy decimated their missile factory's rubble. So why is the regime media staying silent about the most devastating military campaign in modern history? I'm going to tell you exactly why this matters to you and your family right now. It's because for decades, Iran has been the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. They funded Hezbollah, they've armed the Houthis, who've been attacking our ships and disrupting global shipping lanes. They've plotted attacks on American soil, and they've been racing towards a nuclear weapon that could hold the entire world hostage. Every time you fill up your gas tank, every time you buy groceries that were shipped through international waters, you're feeling the effects of Iranian aggression. But here's what's changed. President Trump isn't playing the games his predecessors played. He's not sending in pallets of cash in the middle of the night. He's not begging for negotiations while they build more missiles. He's systematically dismantling their ability to threaten America and our allies. And General Kaine just confirmed at the Pentagon that we've destroyed over 150 Iranian naval vessels, including all of their Jamaran-class frigates. Their defense industrial base is being hit at scale. Factories, warehouses, nuclear research labs, all of it. This is what peace through strength actually looks like. And you're going to see it all. And speaking of being prepared for what's coming, I need to ask you something that's very important. If a major disruption happened tomorrow and you couldn't get to the store, how long would you actually last with what's in your house right now? Think about it. We're watching military operations unfold in real time. Global shipping lanes are under threat. Supply chains can collapse overnight. If your answer is anything less than a month, then you need to check out our friends at My Patriot Supply. They're America's #1 preparedness company with over 3 million satisfied customers who understood one simple truth. Hope is not a strategy. Right now, when you go to preparewithgary.com, their best-selling 4-week emergency food supply comes with an additional week of food absolutely free. That's 5 weeks of peace of mind. So don't wait until it's too late. Head to preparewithgary.com and take care of your family today. Now, I'm going to show you just how close we are to the endgame in Iran. This is what the talking heads are not connecting for you. The Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, he just delivered a message that should send chills down the spine of every mullah in Tehran. He said, quote, President Trump doesn't bluff and he doesn't back down. You can ask Khomeini about that. Okay, so think about what that means. Iran has shut off internet access to 99.9% of their own population. They don't want their people seeing what's actually happening. They're hiding the scale of their defeat, and now we're getting reports of a potential mid-May completion window for the entire operation, because President Trump certainly needs to get this wrapped up before the midterms. John Solomon reports, says the campaign is on course for a mid-May completion.
Yeah, listen, I think this is on course for a mid-May completion if we have to go the full military route without a settlement or peace deal that forestalls some of our military action. They are thinning out. Last night, they conducted a very important mission on a munitions depot that has been key to supplying Hezbollah and the Houthis. That takes out a major supply capability of Iran after all the internal areas that have been providing the Iran military with its assets were destroyed in the last week. So systematically, we continue to reduce Iran's capabilities day by day. Now, they still are a menace. They can be a lethal menace. They can still blow up a tanker here and there. They can launch a few missiles here and there. But increasingly, their missile supply dwindles. Their capability to make new missiles is less. And the less firepower they have, the more likely they are to make a deal. And I think that's the game that the U.S. military is here. Now, a second dynamic is that the Gulf allies, the Arab allies around Iran, which weren't that excited about the start of this military operation, are now all in and actually telling the president, go all the way. Don't stop until you've humbled, humiliated, and dethroned Iran. And so Iran has managed to make stronger allies for the U.S. in this regime. Now, The Strait of Hormuz is the one stranglehold that Iran has. It's its most powerful weapon. It can get world prices up to $6 or $7 or $6 or $8 a gallon of gas soon. That's their play. The alternative is for the United States to ramp up, as I mentioned last week at CPAC, alternate routes to get massive amounts of natural gas and oil to Europe quickly. That is underway. And if this has to stretch into May, you'll begin to see relief for those countries that accept American oil and American gas and American LNG. They'll make those moves. Those who want to hold out and not take U.S. oil, well, they're going to see their prices keep going up. But I think this is probably on course for a mid-May military operation. It could stop sooner, but the current strategic map shows that they can flatten almost everything and anything they want by the time mid-May rolls around.
Mid-May, that is the time frame. After hearing about the weakening of Iran's capabilities and strategic alliance growing strong, let's turn to Pete Hegseth, who emphasizes Trump's resolve. He says if Iran is wise, they will cut a deal.
Video the president posted last night of Isfahan, an ammo depot struck by U.S. bombers. You see, you don't get to see many of those videos because, as a reminder, Iran has still shut off the internet to 99.9% of its population. But if Iran is wise, they will cut a deal. President Trump doesn't bluff and he does not back down. You can ask Kaine about that.
You can ask Kaine about that. As we just saw, Iran's ammo depot felt the impact. Now, this is what President Trump posted overnight. This is the official post on Truth Social. It was posted by Rapid Response 47 and then rapidly made the rounds. Now, this is just one iteration of the post as it was making the rounds. I mean, look at the devastation. Now, this is the proof of President Trump posting on Truth Social. The commentary account, these are the official posts of his Truth Social. These guys do a great job at reposting whatever Trump posts. So we got the full video here. You can just see the devastation. This was captured from the Truth Social account directly, but you can see just the sheer devastation of this attack. This is the underground missile depot, apparently, that the Iranians have had. I mean, the devastation and the accuracy is just a testament to American military might and President Trump's dedication to executing and destroying the entire Iranian operation. Now, let's go to what unfolded here. Here's U.S. General Kaine on Iran talking about what happened in the last 30 days.
Together, we continue to deliver precision strikes against key manufacturing nodes, component storage sites, research facilities deep within Iranian territory. And over the past 30 days, we've struck more than 11,000 targets. Given the increase in air superiority, we've successfully started to conduct the first overland B-52 missions, which allow us, as we've said before, to continue to get on top of the enemy. And as the Secretary talked about, switch towards more and more dynamic targets, servicing mobile targets around the battle space. We've continued to do the work against Iran's missile, drone, and naval production facilities, and we continue the multi-domain pressure that we've talked about. Second, on the Navy front, we continue to assert dominance over the Iranian Navy. We remain focused on targeting their mine-laying capability, their naval assets, and we've now, as I mentioned briefly last time, started to work attack helicopters and other close air support assets into the naval domain. CENTCOM continues to identify and work against naval depots and storage areas. And we've taken out, again, more than 150 ships, including all Jamaran-class frigates inside their Navy. Third, we continue to prosecute our campaign against our defense industrial base at scale. This includes factories, warehouses, nuclear weapons research and development labs, and the associated infrastructure required for Iran to reconstitute its combat capability.
Oh, yeah, they have been completely neutered. The confirmation of the destruction of Isfahan's underground hotspots reminded how decisive actions are reshaping the regional order. It looks like the Isfahan underground missile city has been destroyed together with all the missiles and the IRGC personnel there. Another shot of that epic overnight strike that President Trump posted to his Truth Social campaign, his Truth Social account. So I'm going to connect these dots for you now, because this is the truth that the establishment doesn't want you to understand. What you're witnessing isn't just military strikes. This is the complete dismantling of the Iranian threat that 3 previous administrations allowed to fester and grow. The former Biden administration sent billions to Iran and watched them arm terrorists across the Middle East. President Trump is doing the exact opposite. He's destroying their missile stockpiles, sinking their Navy, and hitting their nuclear research facilities. You just heard investigative journalist John Solomon says that we're on course for a mid-May completion. That's just weeks away. 6 weeks to end a 45-year nightmare. And here is the kicker. The less firepower Iran has, the more likely they are to finally make a deal. This is the Trump doctrine in action. This is the MAGA world order. Maximum pressure and undeniable results. So here's your takeaway, America. While the fake news obsesses over whatever distraction they've manufactured this week, President Trump is fundamentally changing the balance of power in the Middle East. 11,000 targets, 150 ships destroyed, underground missile cities turned into rubble. This is what happens when you have a commander-in-chief who means what he says and backs it up with overwhelming American firepower. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you support President Trump's approach to finally ending the Iranian threat once and for all? Yes or no? Drop your answer and share this video with everybody who needs to see what the mainstream media is hiding from them. And if you haven't done so yet, congratulations for making it to the end of the video. Not everybody does. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's where you're going to get direct messages from me to your phone when the algorithm fails you, when YouTube's notifications never arrive. I will not fail you. If you want to show your support for America First News, you can check out the Next News merch shelf below this video and subscribe to the channel, because we are covering this story every single day. I'm Gary Franchi for the Next News Network. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. I want you to see this. Truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.